Okay, please welcome Mr. Utebi. Thank you.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Yoichi Utebi. I'm from Media Division Happy Science, and I'm also one of the producers from this latest movie, Beautiful Lure. So I just want to say Happy Mother's Day to all your mothers out in the world. I'd like to send lots of love and lots of happiness to everybody. And also, thank you for some of you joining from UK and Europe. It's great that we can all connect together, through this internet. So today, I'd like to talk about the introduction of the movie, Beautiful Lure, as well as try to go through what it means to purify our faith and also what is Dharma power. Those are very important topics nowadays in Happy Science. This is going to be about a 1-hour session, so please stay with me for the next 1 hour. Okay, so today I'm going to try to use the PowerPoint. Okay, I just switched it to the PowerPoint because there's some members joining for online, so I thought it would be easier. I don't usually use PowerPoints, but today I'm going to try using PowerPoints. So if you are home, best to watch this session in a quiet place if it's possible, because there'll be 2 short contemplations. Okay, find your space that you do daily prayers and things like that. Okay, so let us begin. So the first release plan of this next movie is going to be May 14th. That is next Friday. Congratulations, everybody. Yes, it will be released in Japan. Japan is a major theaters across the nation. And for worldwide, we'll be releasing in Cebu. Okay, basically in Cebu around the world. And for United States and Canada, we'll have VOD and DVD starting August. And for other countries, we'll follow, okay, with VOD and DVD release. There's going to be no theatrical release in the States for this movie. Okay, that's like the latest update. Okay. Now, today I'm going to talk about 3 major points. Okay, what is this movie about? And next one is why this movie now? Why are we watching this? Why are we showing this movie now? And what is it that we can learn from this movie? Okay, these 3 points are very important. And switch to so at Happy Science, movie is a great weapon of missionary work. Okay, it's the greatest weapon, but at the same time, it is also master's latest teachings that is inside these movies. So as Alcantara's disciples, it's very, very important that we understand the new teachings, what Master's message is through this movie. Okay, so I'm going to try to guide you through this topic today, so you have better understanding about where we are today in Happy Science, where are we going, in the future, as well as how to approach this movie, okay, for you and for your friends and for your family. Okay, so first I'd like to talk about film festival. The 2 short clips I want to show you film festival. This one is Rajasthan International Film Festival. Another one is World Fest, Houston International Film Festival. So why are these film festivals so important? We won lots of awards, for this movie as well as the others. Film festival is important because the film festival's mission itself is to find a good movie, good film, and introduce it to the world. Okay, that's like a mission of film festivals, and they select on their own. We don't make them select our movie. They have to watch it and like it, so they select what they think is great film, and it's their decision. They make their decision whether they want to show it on their film festival screening, and it's their decision whether they want to give awards to this movie. So it's a great honor to receive. Even though how small the movie festival is, a big movie festival, it doesn't matter. It's so important, and it's a great honor to receive awards from film festival, as well as it really gives a higher and raises the credibility of the movie itself. Okay. So I'd like to show you this PowerPoint, this short clip, and I would like you to watch carefully the interviews okay, what these people say about this movie, because they are the general public, okay, watching and their comments. Okay, so let me show you the clip.
It's not my cinema. It's not my cinema. कोई दिखा सकता है कि फिल्मों का चयन बहुत सोच समझ के किया जाता है और बढ़िया से.
Namaste, Konnichiwa. I am Simran Ahmed and I am from Rajasthan, and today I am here at Rajasthan Film Festival where I have just watched Beautiful Lure by Hiroshi Akabane sir. Okay, my message is to don't get lured by the Yoma because she is really beautiful, and also try to take the message from it, and let's hope that true love lasts forever.
Definitely, I would like to say that please go and watch this movie wherever it's released. It is wonderful and give you the good message about your inner soul and how you overcome with it.
Who come on the stage and receive this prestigious award.
Film Award for Best Musical International Feature Film. And the award goes to Beautiful Lure, a modern tale of painted skin. For that I would invite Hiroshi Akabe, Ryuho Okawa, Hisaki Tekuchi.
From Japan,
Congratulations.
私はこちらテキサス州ヒューストンで開催されておりますヒューストン国際映画祭の会場に来ております。ヒューストン国際映画祭は今年で54回目を迎えます。アメリカでも最も古い歴史のある映画祭としてとても有名な映画祭です。
Running independent film festival in the world. Cannes and Venice and Berlin are older, but they're big studios. The special jury award from the festival. Best actress. Actress.
Thank you so much.
Wow. Music video that they entered. So you're now loaded with awards. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
congratulations to you all. It was a very wonderful film.
It's taken from an old Japanese legend and beautifully translated into modern times, and a perfect film, a top award winner here at WorldFest, and we're thrilled and honored to have it and to present it as the opening night film of Panorama Asia.
I like the movie. It's beautiful and the music is gorgeous, and I love the plot, and I watched from the beginning to the end, and I love the plot and the whole story.
I'm very much like myths and legends of different cultures, and considering that this is what we're talking about, legend, I'm kind of interested to know more about the background of the story it's based on. So I like this movie.
It's a very powerful film, and it drew me to not only childhood fairy tales that I haven't thought about for a long time. In this particular time of our globe, that's a very powerful thought to think about. and to become engaged and believe it's possible to become engaged in that is a very deep belief. A very powerful film.
I watched the movie and the beautiful Laura, and I want to say it's a beautiful movie. And it talks a lot about how you need to like abandon like your values and who you are for your success. Like, you need to get your success through like means that will not be in future benefiting the people around you. My message to people who watch the film, I'll tell them it's a great movie, and they should definitely sit down and watch it.
The movie gave me a really strong inner set to tell me whatever who you are, your soul have to be pure and clean.
It's very captivating because it captures our hearts and what people that love each other can do for one another. So to me it's a timeless tale, and I'm just so thrilled and thankful that you are here to share your film with us, because there's so much tender and warm-hearted feelings about it. So, arigato, thank you very much.
長谷川直です。
市原龍馬です。
この度ヒューストン国際映画祭にて4つの賞をいただきました。
原作制作総指揮の大川隆法総裁、赤羽宏監督をはじめキャストやスタッフの皆様、応援くださっている皆様のお力あってのことと心より感謝しています。
今回はアジア最優秀女優部門でも賞をいただきました。これもひとえに多くの方のおかげです。ありがとうございます。
この映画楽しんで見ていただけたらと思います。ぜひ劇場にお越しください。
Okay, thank you. Great comments, right, from a general public. Like Houston World Fest, they usually have like a great huge gala, the party award ceremony usually, but due to COVID, we had to do it very, very limited. But it was great that they actually did conduct, film festivals. So I hope this kind of messages give more confidence when you invite your family and your friends to this movie, to watch it together. Okay, all right, so let's move on. Excuse me. So I'd like to just quickly go through the background of I think you already know it, but I think it's always nice to have it. So original story was written by Master Okawa, a screenplay by Sayaka Okawa, his daughter. Okay, it was directed by Hiroshi Akabane. He also did Immortal Hero and Twice Born as well. And special spiritual guidance is by Kawabata Yasunari Kawabata. Okay, he is a very, very famous, now the top novelist from Japan, and he actually received Nobel Prize in Literature in 1968 with his book called Japan, the Beautiful and Myself, and it was about beauty of Zen Buddhism. Okay, so he is a very, very, very religious person. He was, and he still is today. Okay, so he passed away in 1972, and he's the main guiding spirit of this movie. Right? This is the great thing about Happy Science, right? As you've seen, double main cast by Nao Hasegawa and Ryoma Ichihara. And great supporting actors and actresses, Yoshiko Sengen, Yoshimi Ashikawa from Happy Science, and like Toshiyuki Nagashima, Aya Sugimoto, David Ito, Miho Abe. Those guys, maybe you don't know if you're not Japanese, but they're top-notch, top-level actors and actresses in Japan. So with them supporting, the two main cast, this movie has become a really, really high-class masterpiece, high production value movie. Okay, so please look forward for watching this. Quick story overview. I'm sure you already know it, but let me just reconfirm it. It takes place in Tokyo. Okay, Maiko works as a secretary of top executive in a major bank. Okay, she's beautiful, very intelligent woman, and always getting attention from everybody. But she has a hidden side in her life, and she works as a hostess in Ginza's very prestigious high-class club. And she's always looking for a perfect man for her. Okay, and one night she finally finds this man. His name is Taro. He's in the picture. Taro is a starting young politician, Because his father sitting next to him, okay, he is a former prime minister of Japan. He is said to be, there's a great hope for him, Taro, to become future prime minister of Japan. So, okay, Michael finds Taro, and with her temptation, they develop deep relationship and they decide to get married. Okay. However, he has his life mentor. Her name is Katsuko Tachibana. She is the founder of a religious group called Future Science. It kind of sounds familiar, right? So Future Science, and she tells him that Michael is a foxy demon, okay, Yoma. We'll talk about that later. But and she's possessed by nine-tailed fox, okay, the most powerful Yoma, and so she predicts that the future, Michael will make Taro a great success as a political leader. But at the same time, Taro will be drawn down to worldly desires and lust. And at the end of the day, he's going to, destroy the entire nation of Japan. And he's going to destroy himself as well. So that was a kind of a scary prediction that Katsuko gave to Taro. So Taro goes into, through spiritual training and discovers his past life as a great monk Kaiku. And at the very end, there's a battle between Yoma and Kaiku, and Yoma's selfish desires will be defeated and perished away by powerful Dharma power of Kaiku. Okay? Of course, happy science movie always the good wins over the evils, right? So this is just a basic story plot. Okay? So I'd like to show you, I'm sure again, you've seen this trailer many times, but why not watch it again, okay? So today I'm going to show you same trailer twice. One is in subtitle, and another one is in voiceover. So you got to kind of compare those two, okay?
最近こうした都内路上での突然死が相次いでおり、警視庁は何らかの関連性があるとみて。
舞子でございます。
君、こっちがどうして私の息子だと分かった？
総理大臣になってもいらしてくださいね。
日本を必ず明るい社会にしてみせます。君と出会ってから運が向いてきた気がするよ。君と出会ったのはきっと運命なんだと思う。キュービの狐？
キュービの狐は美しい女性に化けて権力者をたぶらかすらしいのよ。
妖魔は美しさを誘惑の武器にして人の破滅を狙っている魔物。美しき誘惑によってその国が崩壊の危機を迎えます。
彼女の中から追い出すことはできないのでしょうか？
たとえどうなろうと彼女を導く覚悟はありますか？
妖魔よ、人間に取り付くな。
There has been a recent spate of sudden deaths on the streets of Tokyo, and the Metropolitan Police Department is investigating the possibility that there is a connection.
My name is Maiko.
Tell me, how are you able to tell that he was my son?
Don't forget to visit us even after you become Prime Minister.
I promise all of you a brighter future for Japan.
My luck has changed since the day that I met you, and I think that it was fate that I got to meet you. A nine-tailed fox.
They transform themselves into beautiful women and seek to control powerful people.
A Yoma is a foxy demon who uses their beauty to lure men and eventually destroy them. A beautiful lure will eventually lead the country to collapse.
Is it possible to get that Yoma out of her somehow?
Are you ready to guide her? No matter what the outcome will be.
Yoma, leave human beings alone!
Okay, so how was it? Voiceover actually sounds pretty good too, right? So please look for it. It's really well done, I think. So first question you probably ask now is, so what is painted skin? What is painted skin? More than tales of painted skin. So painted skin. Okay, just PowerPoint. What is painted skin? Okay, go back to desktop. So painted skin is a monster. It's a yokai, a monster. It's a demon from a very old, ancient Chinese story. And I looked up on the Google and it says his name was Pu Songling. Pu Songling. That's the writer's name. And this monster has like a blue color face with a very sharp teeth, and it transforms into beautiful woman. Okay, how he does it by putting the fake skin of a human, and it goes out, to the world to hunt down men, and it will suck the energy of them. Okay, so they can keep their energy level ups. So that's a kind of very scary story of a monster. So that is a basic, fairy tale or the old story, ancient story of painted skin. Okay. Now, next question you probably have is, so what is Yoma? Okay, you use a lot of words Yoma. Yoma is a Japanese term for foxy demon. Again, so what is foxy demon, right? It's very similar to a painted skin, I just explained. So Yomas have very strong bewitching power. Okay, it's like a honey trap power to attract and lure men. Okay, and it has a very strong self-realization power. Okay, so she can make things very successful, worldly success easily come true, but at the end, she will destroy everything around her. So she can be the only one shining at the end. Okay, that's the point of Yoma. She needs to be in the spotlight. So Yoma is like an ultimate selfish, self-centered, self-loving existence, okay, living in the world of deception, I guess. So that is Yoma. And one of the very most famous story of Yoma is about Yokihi. In English, I think it's called Young Guifei. She's referred in this movie as well, and it is a true story. Okay? It took place during Tang Dynasty in China about 1500 years ago. And there was an emperor, his name was Zhangzong, a very strong, powerful emperor. And Yang Guifei was his son's wife at that time. But emperor was so into her, attracted to her beauty so much, he decided to take her away from his son to make her as his wife. And he was so drawn into her so much that he started to neglect, governing his own country. And what happens at the end, the entire dynasty fell. Okay, and so Yang Guifei was actually possessed by nine-tailed fox. It looks like it has 9 tails. It's a white fox, and it's the strongest among Yoma. Okay, white fox with large 9 tails. Okay, so that's what's the basic story about what is Yoma. Okay, so there's 2 songs. Okay, if you want to further understand what is painted skin, what is Yoma, please study these 2 songs. Okay, they're in Japanese, but there's subtitles available. So Master's songs are exactly the same as Master's lecture. So it plays such a very important role in the movie. So it's very important that we study all these songs further, understand Master's messages and his new teachings. Okay, so show you just a 1 minute quick.
Love is light, light is love. この世に男と女が生まれるからにはそこに
鼻立ちを見事なものに変える口紅を塗り替えてアイシャドウを引くセルフィクション
Okay, so the beautiful lure portrays the heart of Yoma, and it's kind of a sadness of Yoma. If you study the lyrics, you understand what it means. And the last song, Selfish Love, expresses very high tension, upbeated feeling of Yoma, like what's wrong with me being selfish? You know, selfish love is the best thing in the world, and kind of tension. So. For example, from the beautiful lore, the lyric goes, still, yes, I'm the seeker of love. When she says seeker of love, she doesn't mean the love that gives. She means the love to take, you know, the love to select. And it's all about her. You know, I love you, please die for me for the eternity of my fame. She just needs to be famous. And she loves him because she wants to become, she needs the fame, right? Again, talks about the dynasty here. Even if the dynasty would go to pieces completely, she doesn't care if entire nation falls down. As long as our history remains eternally, it means her history, right? That is enough. That is kind of a very selfish and sadness of Yoma expresses in this lyrics. From selfish love, you know, I'll be wandering out tonight to search for a man in the neon-lighted nightlife town. I keep on man-hunting, right? A dream comes true for a woman. This is going to be a true self-fulfillment. Selfish love. You better give a little prayer for selfish love, to be someone like me, right? That is meant to be the true love. So again, shows how selfish Yomas are. So please enjoy listening to the movie, the songs, but also it's important you study the meaning of these songs. That's why Master is giving us so many songs. Okay, there's a meaning why he's sending us so much songs. There's a lot of deep meanings to it. Okay. I'm sorry, I was showing the desktop, so I kind of missed to show you for the online people. So these are the lyrics. Okay, sorry about that. So there's so many messages, okay, in this movie. But if you ask me, so what is the one sentence, the main message of this movie? I would say it is a movie that portrays Yoma's deceptive love perished away by shining light of truth, which is Dharma power. Okay? Desktop. So this movie portrays what is true beauty. What is true beauty? It's not about Yoma's beauty. It's beauty of goddess. It's beauty of God. Okay? And the true beauty should be built upon Buddha's truth. Okay? It is not outward appearances, it's not surface level beauty. We all know that, right, by now, I'm sure. It's not worldly value, it's not the materialistic things you put around, yourself. But true beauty really comes from within yourself. Okay? It's an inner beauty that we need to search for and seek for. So more you seek for the inner self-beauty inside of yourself will shine from within. Okay? That would become the true beauty. So that is the kind of beauty that happy science is seeking for, okay? Because we can all become the true light for the world. So if you think, okay, oh, that's not about me, it's about her or him, so I don't have to worry about it because I'm not that kind of a Yoma type of person, living with a man, right? But that's very, very dangerous thinking, okay? And that's because unless you think you have already attained enlightenment, okay, and that's a different story, but if you don't think you're an enlightened person yet, then that's very dangerous. Because all of us, when we were born onto this earth, okay, we are souls first. But by coming onto this earth, we put a skin on, actually. It's called skin in the body. So we are actually in the skin. So it is very difficult to really, find your true self while you're living on this earth. So this movie's title is called Modern Tale of Painted Skin. Okay? So we need to look at this entire movie, not just as a Chinese classical story, but much in a wider perspective. Okay? Because it's not just about a fake superficial beauty. talking about here? We're talking about covering our souls and covering our spirits with worthy desires and worthy values that we encounter every day in our life. It could be your education, it could be your job, it could be your title, it could be all the wealth, okay? Or it could be philosophy as well, such as denying God's existence, atheist way of thinking. The biggest fight that we are having now is a fight against communism, right? Chinese communism, CCP. So what about your desires and hopes? It's great to have desires and hopes because that is a driving force and energy to go forward. Everyone wants to become successful, of course. I do too, we all do. But what's important is it selfish or not? Is this desire a selfish desire or not? Okay, you have to think that. You have to ask yourself, am I a self-centered person? Or am I a little bit egoistic sometimes? Am I always me first? I'm trying not to be because I'm a Happy Science member, but still, if you think about it, am I always thinking about myself first? Okay, so these are the kind of mindsets you have to really look into in a little bit wider perspective. So that's how I would like you to watch this movie. Not just a fairy tale and about the yomas, about women luring men. It's much, much deeper. Master's message is so much deeper than this. Okay. So why this movie now? Okay. This is the question you probably have. Okay. So why now? Okay. Master made this comment. He said, this movie and songs are made as a lesson for the present day, full of painted skin, both men and women. It's a lesson the Master gave us, okay, for us, full of painted skin. So, in Happy Science Media Division, we have stock of maybe like 10 years worth of a movie story the Master already gave us, okay? And this movie is supposed to be released much, much later than 2021. But because this modern world is full of painted skin human beings, this movie was moved up a few years ahead to show this to the world today. So it is our mission. It's our Happy Science's mission, members' mission to take action, okay, and also speak our voices out, to shift the mindset of people's way of thinking about what is beauty and what it means to be self-centered and things like that. So you need to change perception of the world, and we have Happy Science have this power to do it. So that's why we're showing this movie now, today, 2021. Okay. So next question. So, but it has always been a difficult topic. This has been a very difficult topic because they are not evils. Okay? I think you already studied this somewhere. They are not evil spirits or devils. Okay? They are living spirits from a real side of heaven, as you can see here. Okay? In the right side of the screen. And so they can reincarnate back to earth. So they are not from hell. Okay? So the question comes, so how did this real side of heaven was born in the beginning on earth? How did it develop? How did it start in the first place? Master mentioned this in the Laws of the Sun in the book. He said that Alcantara invited the first humanoid space people to earth from the Magellanic clouds, Zeta, the planet Zeta, okay? And there were basically a lot of reptilians there. Okay? You've seen in the Laws of the Universe Part 1. But they are very high-tech and very advanced people. Very high-tech and advanced people. And they have very strong progress type of humanoid. Okay? But they were quite egoistic, egocentric, and also it's kind of combat type, okay, of humanoid. So some of them were quite selfish and kind of destructed and distribute the planet's harmony, love of earth kind of idea. So they were sealed into this rear side of heaven. Okay, they couldn't go back to the front side, so they kind of sealed into rear side. So this is how front and rear side heaven were formed. In the 6th dimension, 7th dimension, also up to the 8th dimension. Okay? Okay, that's what Master explained to us in the Laws of the Sun. So please study further. Okay, so the next question you're probably gonna have is: so who lives there? What kind of people lives in the real side of heaven? Okay, so there's 4 examples that we have. It's a very basic example, but one is called Tengu, okay, Sennin, Yokai, and Yoma, that we've been talking today. So Tengu is a long-nosed, goblins. They have very selfish, strong self-realization power, but also very selfish. Their lack of love, and they're very kind of egoistic and self-centered. They usually have a big mouth type. Entrepreneurs and other big businessmen have a kind of tendency of this kind of Tengu tendency. So what is Sennin? Okay, Sennins are like wizards, witches, sorcerers, yoga practitioners. You can imagine just, by saying that, right? Again, they're very self-centered, and their lack of love, and they have a tendency of seeking this special supernatural forces and magic, okay? And they can't cooperate with others, so they always like to be alone, okay? But yet they have a very high level of craftsmanship, and they're very precise and sometimes very techy. These are kind of type of people who have a Sennin type of tendencies. So what's yokai? They're like monsters, right? They are the creation from the imagination, Master said, okay? Like ancient myth, classical story monsters, okay? So they are very mischievous usually. They love to scare people and trick people off, showing their delusions and paranormal phenomenon. So many different types exist around the globe. Okay? Yomas we talked about today, so we don't go into detail now. They're like foxy demon, sometimes raccoons, snakes. Okay, those are the yomas. Okay, so what are the common tendency of this rare side of heaven? You just look at this. Okay, they're all egocentric, self-centered, self-loving. Okay, very selfish, always thinking about themselves first. Okay, so why is this ideology of real side of heaven not acceptable in happy science teachings? Why is it? Again, I'm going to give you a very simple answer: because they are lacking love, right? They are lacking love. They are lacking gratitude. They are lacking humbleness. They are lacking diligence. All this great nature of God, they're kind of lacking it. They only have part of it, not partial. So it's kind of against their counter's teaching of Fourfold Path. We've been studying for years, right? Love, wisdom, self-reflection, and progress. So, very fundamental teaching of love is that love is not just to love your own self. We studied so many times, right? Love is not to take from others, okay? But it is to give. It is to care. It's giving to others. So like selfless love is the true love. Okay? Self-centered ego is not. So this is a big difference that we really need to understand. And I won't be able to go into it, any deeper today. So please read the Laws of Success if you haven't. Okay, it teaches you everything about what is the real side and what is it that we need to fix. And also there's the Koan seminar. If you haven't taken Koan seminar, you must take this. Okay, please talk to your Shibuchos and he'll conduct it for you. If you need, I can do it for you as well. So please study Laws of Secret. Right? So I like to do a quick contemplation now. Let's take about just 2 minutes contemplation. Okay? To make it very simple, I want to talk about, focus on self-centered, me first tendency. We all have it, okay? We all have it. So try to reflect upon yourself and see if you have such of tendencies. Self-centered, always thinking about myself, okay? So please make sure to sit back straight and take deep breath in and out, okay? So breathe in and breathe out. please begin your contemplation. Okay, please end. How was it? I know it's very, very short, but it's kind of important just to look back, okay? So do this at home, okay? So how was it? Did you find something? We all do have it, okay? Don't deny, I can't deny, I have a lot of self-centered Tengu kind of tendencies. I'm always fighting it. And it's pretty normal to have this, it's very common to think about yourself first in this world today. Of course, it's very normal, but not for El-Cantare disciples that we are. Okay, why? Because it's our mission we have a special mission to spread El-Cantare's love to the world. So these kind of tendencies, not 100%. You don't need to, evil. It's not. You're not going to hell, but you have to really look into it. Okay. So let's talk about purifying El-Cantare faith. So until nowadays, Tengu, Senin, Yoma types of thinking was kind of very vague in happy science teaching. It was kind of going back and forth, right? Yes, no, because they are not evil. I thought about this. Okay, they are not devils. They are not from hell. Okay, but not anymore. Okay, from this movie, from here on, not anymore. Okay, so you have to shift your mind. Not anymore. Okay. It's really clear now that we need to find this kind of tendencies within ourselves and abandon these out, from ourselves. So why do we need to do this? Why do we need to do this? Again, I'm just going to give you a very simple answer, okay? Because it blocks El-Cantare's light. It blocks El-Cantare's pure light. It's that simple. It blocks us from connecting to El-Cantare's pure light, okay? And to become one with El-Cantare. So we are actually entering a new phase into El-Cantare faith. And so we need to further purify our faith. We need to further, I don't know how to explain, but purify. Okay, that's probably the best word to use it. Show you the PowerPoint here. Selfish desires and egos and temptations, okay, seeking for supernatural powers, all these tendencies is actually blocking El-Cantare's pure light. It's very, very precise and very easy to understand this picture, right? So we need to adjust it, and purify our faith even more. So get rid of those tendencies. So this is why it's so important for us to understand these kind of rare side tendencies. Don't say to yourself, "Oh, I know I have a lot of it. I'm okay." It's okay, but it's not okay anymore. So let's challenge this, okay? I'm challenging myself. We all need to challenge this. So by removing such tendencies, we can directly connect to the light of heaven. Isn't that beautiful and wonderful? And to encounter His pure light. And by doing that, what happens? We'll start to receive direct guidance from heavenly word. This is why it's so beautiful and it's so important. Okay? See the difference. Go back and forth. You want to be like this, or you want to be like that? Like this or like that? I want to be like this. So this is where we all need to seek for and head for. Okay? So, sorry. By purifying our Erkantarik faith through self-reflection, of self-centered, egoness, study Buddha's truth every day, self-discipline, humbleness and gratitude to God, okay, practice giving love to others every day. What happens then? What do you think will happen to us? Okay, we will receive so much love from Erkantarik and God. We'll start to receive. Automatically, it's going to come down to you, into ourselves. And we'll all become a better person. There's no way we can become a less better person than you were today, okay? If you do this, there's no way you're going to become a better person. And you're going to become a happier person too. You're going to feel it. I feel so happy. Just being here, being happy. Those are the kind of energy and feelings that we all need to start to receive, okay? And what happens? The positive wheels, okay, of fortune will start to turn for you. Okay? Good things going to happen to you, okay? And it will start to have more positive influences for the people around you. This is where we want to be as happy science believers, Erkantarik disciples. We need to have a more energy, more positive influence for the people around us. We want them to say, oh my God, you are so happy. Why? Why are you so happy every day? Because I'm learning happy science teachings. Why? I want to know about the teachings. This is where we need to get there. I'm sure many of you are already there. If you don't think you're there yet, anybody can become that kind of person. Okay? Now, by doing this, we'll be able to illuminate more light from within, okay, and gain more power to fight and defeat evils and negative thinkings and negative energies that's surrounding us every day in our life. Okay? So you'll be able to protect yourself, not just yourself, but also you'll be able to protect the ones who you really love. Okay? That's the important part. Not just for yourself, but this is for others as well. So, this is called Dharma power. Okay? That's Horiki. So, Dharma power does not come from Tengu and Senin type of soul training. Okay? If you do such training every day, what's going to happen to you? You'll be connected to the real side of heaven, which we don't want to do that as happy science members, as Erkantarik believers, right? So that's why, again, it's very, I'm again stressing this so many times, it's important to understand the difference between the rear side and the front side, okay? So I'd like to introduce you two songs, okay? Women's Enlightenment and Dharma Power. Okay? Again, if you want to understand further about the importance of selfless love and what is Dharma Power, you need to study these two songs, lyrics. Okay? Listen to it many, many times and just listen to it. You'll start to observe. Okay? The master has that kind of power. Right? So I'd like to show you just a very quick introduction, 1 minute.
女だからって言って人を迷わしてばかりじゃいけない過去も現在も未来も因果の理法は貫いているあなたの過去を見 かるあなたの現在を見ればあなたの未来も確定する
馬になど負けるわけには決して参らない打ち破れ放り切れ打ち破れその迷いを打ち破れ
Okay, so Women's Enlightenment is a counter song of the first song we heard, The Beautiful Lure. Okay, it's directly about what is enlightenment for women. So please, all the women in the world, you must study these lyrics, right? There's so many great things about these lyrics. And for Dharma Power, it's a counter song for selfish love, that top up-tempo Yoma song, right? It shows how to defeat Yoma, okay? And by using Dharma Power from Kaiku's monk's perspective, from his eyes, okay? From Master's eyes, from Buddha's eyes. So again, just quickly show you some lyrics from Dharma Power. Let me just back to PowerPoint here. Okay, so you'll be challenged with these things, okay? These are the things that you're going to be challenged with, okay? What comes first is the test of getting you to doubt your faith in God, doubt in faith. That's the challenge you're going to get, okay? Then what happens? Then they try even harder to further entice your worthy desire. Means, temptation for worthy desires, selfish desires. They're going to attack you with this. Then what comes next? The anger. They're going to attack you with anger. So keep your temper, come what may, always stay calm. That's a kind of Kaiku's way of thinking, And after this, what happens? What are the challenges you're going to hit by? Foolishness of human beings. It's the ignorance of us being being a human, okay? Then in conceitedness, okay, self-loving kind of tendency you'll be attacked with. So when you find yourself conceited, reflect and chase conceit away, okay? You should never let your heart be ruled by the arrogant mind. So arrogance, you'll be attacked by, okay? So he says, don't be conceited, be humble. That all that counts. Be humble. It's crucial to live like a turtle by moving straight ahead and try to discipline yourself. This is the true attitude for seeking the truth. So step by step, every day, day by day, study the truth, seek the truth, then walk the path, to Buddha, to enlightenment. Many years of training yourself will build Dharma power in you. So this is really like Kaiku's, the words. So at the end, he goes, here comes down the electric shock, okay? I will defeat the devil. Here comes down the electric shock. I will beat the Yoma, beat the Yoma, okay? Stop possessing any human beings. I will exercise you all, okay? So it's really powerful, and there's so much deep teachings in Buddha's direct word in these songs. So I'm again stressing again so many times, but the lyrics are so important and the songs are so important for you to study. Okay, so please study further. Okay, so before we close, I like to do one more contemplation. Okay, let's put into practice what we learned. I'm sure we learned something from this, right? Let's try to put something into practice. So I like you to choose one person. Just think about one person just comes up in your mind right now, okay? Who you want to invite to Happy Science. Maybe the person you never think he'll come or not, or she will come. Might be harder the better, okay? So just think about this one person who you want to invite to Happy Science, or to invite to watch the movie together. Bring him or her to Shiva and watch together. Just choose one person. We need to focus, okay? Choose one person. Okay, do you have a person in your head? Okay, now try to let go of all the worries and angers and all the things, the worldly things that you have in your mind right now. I'm sure you do. Okay, just for next couple minutes, just leave them away. Okay, we all have something going on in your life. I do too. There's nobody who doesn't, unless you're living back in heaven, right? We do. We all do. So it is okay, but just put it aside. This is again a practice. It's putting aside your worries. It's a power of your mind, right? So try to put them aside, okay, for a while, and try to let go of all your attachments. How you do it? It's very easy and simple because you can't think about two things in your mind. Okay, Master teaches us you can never think two things. So, okay, I'm gonna leave all my worries out. You don't have to do that. Just think about something different, and it's gonna go away. Okay, but first you have to think in your mind, okay, I'm going to leave this attachment out of myself. First, you need to set that in your mind. Then you work on it, okay? And how you do it, okay? Remember the person I just told you to think about, the one person? Okay, think about this person again, okay? And just think about the happiness for this person. That's all. Just think about happiness. Don't think about yourself. 100% think about this person's happiness. Be selfless, okay? And just pray for the happiness of this person. And try to, send the energy of love that's coming out from you. And this energy of love is actually flowing down into you from El Cantare. So this is not your power, it's El Cantare's power. This is Dharma power, okay? The love, this is the Dharma power, this is the Horiki. You do not fight it, or you do not do it on your own. Okay? You let the light flow in from heavenly world by purifying your faith. And through that, when you receive the light, you don't keep it into yourself. You just let it go. But you just don't let it go to the universe. You focus on this one person, okay? And think about this person's happiness. Okay? Let's try this. Okay? Try to imagine this. Okay? So please sit back straight again. Put some nice music on. Okay, so take a deep breath again. In. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay. Please begin sending love to this person. Okay, please end your contemplation. So, when you conduct prayer for exercising evil spirits, or prayer for recovery from illness, if you want to do it for somebody that you really love, this is how you do it. You don't do this with your power. You just can't do it. Okay, you need to connect to El Cantare by purifying your faith. Receive the light, then send that light. You become like a pipe, like a tunnel for them. Okay, that's how the light will flow into the world. But again, it's very kind of important that you need to focus. The focus is very important. You can't just be random. You need to focus and specifically. Each time you do it, you have to be really focused in your mind. That's how the light will flow into the person. Okay? So, just go back to the PowerPoint. I don't need to go to PowerPoint. So today's session was just an introduction for you. Okay? And guidance. I just wanted to share the importance of this movie. And why the movies is so important in happy science, because it's master's teaching. Deeper you go into it, the deeper you receive it. Okay, and I just wanted you to kind of get excited to look forward for the next week. Okay, I think you all want to watch this movie like today, right? I hope you do. And I'd love to come back again and speak to you more about different topics. There's so much we can talk about in this area. So let's watch it. Okay. And make sure the release will be on May 14th. So make sure you watch it first, okay? Go ahead and watch it, but not just for yourself. Again, this is the true tool for missionary work. So you need to try to invite your friends and family. So start planning. Write down the list who you really want to invite. Start praying every night, like I just showed you how to do it. Then everything is going to be better for tomorrow. Okay, so thank you so much for your time today, and looking forward to seeing you again. Thank you.